to This Endorian Life, a Star Wars podcast from the Radio Meanwhile Network. My name is Steve Rudd.
I'm Nick Gunning, and we're following the Ewoks from Return of the Jedi to the Ewok TV movies, the 80s cartoon, and beyond.
Joining us today is our old friend, Crystal Storm, author of the Snarky series and the new Star Wars-inspired audio drama, Legacy. Welcome, Crystal.
Thank you for having me back. I am super excited to be here with you guys.
Are you? Because that's not what you did not text that. In your text, it was very different.
I mean, listen.
Not what you said in the green room.
I'm always happy to hang out with you two. I'm mad about what I watched. How about that? There we go.
That's only reasonable. That's only reasonable. Yeah. Crystal, you were our very first guest on the show. Did you know that? You're the first time we ever had.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my God, I'm so honored.
I know. And it's taken a whole season of episodes to have you back on, but here you are.
I'm here.
Yeah. And we just chose the right one to re-torture you all over.
That's right.
I'm never coming back again. That's right. This is going to be, and this is the second and the last. That's when you guys
third
move
time's a charm.
on to like something else, when you finish with all the Ewok material, and then you're like, now we're watching the prequels. I'll slide in because I can.
Okay, you can hang. Yeah. You can hang in that.
So you would watch Attack of the Clones before you would watch another 11-minute episode.
Yes, actually, because here, listen, isn't this amazing? The prequels did not bother me.
Okay.
The only Star Wars movie that I vehemently despise, so I felt like I was finally a real Star Wars fan, was The Last Jedi. That is the only movie that makes me want to punch a baby.
I'll join you on that roller coaster. Well, I mean, I'd stop short of punching a baby, but
I'm driving that roller coaster.
Okay.
So
Well, you don't drive a roller coaster.
The prequel, they weren't great, but I don't hate them the way other Star Wars fans do. That was the only Star Wars movie that I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. That was the why. Why?
And I was like, oh, I'm a real Star Wars fan now. I hate something.
The prequels are actually weirdly connected to the Droid series. There was a lot of people who worked on both, and so there's things from the Droid series that doesn't pop up again until the prequels. So they're right there. There you go. There's the connection.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Okay. So I want to hear all about your new audio drama, Crystal, but we got to get this Ewok stuff out of the way first.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Today,
let's do this Ewok stuff.
Yep.
Today we're discussing the all-new Ewoks episode 1B, The Wish Plant, which originally aired September 13th, 1986.
Many years ago. Okay, well,
we
today's episode...
little boys.
You got to say it every
Crystal,
time.
Were you around? I know, I got to say
Listen, we don't talk about that.
Oh,
okay, all right. We don't bring that up.
Right. Off topic.
I was 6.
6. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Nice. Today's episode was written by Bob Carew. Bob Carew, who also wrote the first Ewoks movie, so not the one we made you watch, Crystal, but Bob Carew wrote Caravan of Courage and is coming back for more here. Directed again by Dale Schott, and theme song, of course, by Patrick Gleason. Crystal, did you find the theme song? Did you hear it?
I did. I actually I made my fiance watch this cartoon with me, by the way.
Good.
And then afterwards, I also made her listen to. We listened to that together, and we were both like, "Why?" She's like, "Why do you keep doing this to me?" And I'm like, listen, this is marriage. This is
how it works. Yeah. Compromise. Come on.
For better or worse, there's the worst right
That's
there.
Right.
Just getting it out of the way. It's just
Capital
so funny
W, worse.
because honestly, we ragged on the first season theme song all the time, and then this one started, and we were like, "It's worse. It's worse than it ever was."
They did it
bad.
Yeah.
And hilariously, my fiance, she was a hidden childhood memory came up. She saw the first episode.
Okay.
She remembered it. The one that we watched, but she watched the one before the one we watched.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Crystal
episode
whatever.
one of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Crystal
had
Cloak.
seen that
Crystal
one because
Cloak,
she's watching this and she's like,
that's it.
why is this familiar? And it was like childhood memory unlocked that she had actually.
Oh, wow.
I don't think she stuck through the whole season, but she had at least seen one of the
that's good.
episodes.
Okay, so a little connection there.
Was not unlocked for me.
All right.
I did not. I was not.
This
I was
stayed buried.
No familiarity here.
You know, I remember some because there's a tonal change, there's a visual change from the first season to the second season, and I'm realizing as we're getting into the second season that I've only in my childhood memories I've only seen episodes from the first season, so this is all new territory for me, and it's not pleasant territory, Crystal. It's not pleasant.
I used to love cartoons growing up, like hardcore. Like who didn't, right? Who's an 80s kid and didn't watch cartoons?
It was the golden age.
Yeah, but like even now, you'll like go back and you'll watch some cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
And be like, I feel like kids nowadays are getting like chipped that they're not as good, but maybe
Yeah.
I'm just biased.
Yeah.
But this one to me, like it was. I mean, I'm so glad it was only 11 minutes because it was such a slog.
It was
to get through it. And you know what? The thing that like really stuck out to me is that it didn't feel like Star Wars at all.
No.
And that's the weird thing about it.
Yep.
Like it felt like obviously it's a cartoon. Obviously it's made for kids. But if it wasn't called Ewoks, I wouldn't tie it to the Star Wars universe in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. Like there's just nothing tonally, artistically. There's nothing about that cartoon that made me think this is a Star Wars thing.
No.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
That's true.
That's the thing. When you watch the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi, which I know people have divisive thoughts on Ewoks anyway, but I always really liked them. But I like their ingenuity and they're clever and they're so like analog.
Yeah.
And, they're very they're cool in that way. And in this, it's
I never hated on the Ewoks.
No.
They were just an aspect of the movie, and I didn't think they were badly done. Like Ewoks were fun. Like Ewoks were cool or whatever.
Yeah.
I can see why they wanted to do a show about Ewoks.
Yes.
But I'm confused as to why it was this one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I guess that's
true.
where I'm at. I guess that's
you want to go back in time and just ask the people, like, did you watch Star Wars? Have you seen Return of the Jedi? Because I recommend it. Maybe give it a shot.
Anything like, I figured like an Ewok cartoon would maybe be like the Ewoks doing shenanigans with like stormtroopers, or because if this is after Return of the Jedi, they're like getting on the Republic's nerves, who are now, occupying their planet, or whatever. Like there would be some kind of mischief that they would be getting in that ties them into Star Wars,
right?
And instead, I watched the episode about like a plant and a fairy goddess.
I know,
and I was just like.
Well, and there's no excuse either, because if you watch some of the more current, not like Clone Wars and stuff, but if you watch like Star Wars Resistance, which is in the new like JJ movies, that show struggles to do anything because it doesn't want to affect the other movies around it, so it has to walk this really fine line. But with Ewoks, in everybody's mind, Star Wars is donezo. You know what I mean? Like nobody's waiting for the next Star Wars movie. It's over. So like do whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah. As far as they're concerned, that's it.
So much. There's so many just stories you could tell for kids.
Yeah.
That the Ewok shenanigans. And like where did all this magic come from?
I know.
I felt like so just pulled out of the Star Wars universe because I'm just like, where am I?
Yeah.
I didn't like I felt like you start something like in the middle of a sentence. I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah. And how difficult is it to just make a fun adventure set in an alien forest? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Like watch any show, watch the Snorks, watch the Smurfs, watch Scooby freaking Doo. Like crazy.
Yeah.
All right. I have more things I have to say about this episode. I'm going to do it. The episode was included in the VHS compilation Ewoks 4, Wicked's Adventures as He Becomes a Warrior. This is the first appearance of the Leaf Queen, but we will see her one more time. And Crystal...
Oh, no.
I sort of feel like it's an in for a penny, in for a pound thing.
Return!
You know what I mean? Like, if you're here for one Leaf Queen episode and there are two, don't you feel a certain responsibility?
No, I don't. I honestly, no, I don't, but I will. For you guys, I'll do it.
Okay. See, I want that in the minutes. All right. She said
put
she
in the minutes.
I'm going to...
It can't be longer than 11 minutes, though.
No,
I'm only watching 11 minutes of it. That's it. That's my cutoff.
Okay. So, as we were discussing in the last episode, they kept the creative team, but it's a completely new cast from season 1, and it's all a glow down, you guys. It's all worse.
Yeah. It's all worse.
So Jean Reynolds takes over. This is our featured cast member, and I've just said she's a major downgrade. So sorry, Jean Reynolds.
Sorry.
Jean Reynolds here is credited as both Nisa and Milani in season 2. She's taking over for Cree Summer and Allison Court. Crystal, I don't know if you're familiar with if voice actor names mean anything to you, but Cree Summer and Allison Court are like legendary voice actresses.
Yeah.
And are still working today, as is most of the cast from season 1. So it's like they took these really seasoned voice actors who had longevity in the business and were like, "Now get out of here. We're bringing in a Jean Reynolds to replace."
Yeah.
Were they too expensive? Did LucasArts run out of money?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. This is her most prominent role. So she doesn't have a lot of other... I don't think she has any other voice credits. Okay. I think maybe a video game. But she was, oddly enough, in the TV movie Mrs. Lambert Remembers Love, starring one Walter Matthau. So That's just a little fact to file away.
I mean, I didn't watch season 1, so I don't know like I think like the voice acting didn't bother me too much. Like it felt very kids cartoon, but it just felt generic.
It does feel
like
generic.
I don't, just like anything that has Star Wars on it, you just let me rephrase. I was going to say that you expect quality, but that's a lie because I don't know. Weird.
We used to expect quality.
Getting that because Clone Wars is amazing. Rebels is great. I haven't watched the Bad Batch, so I don't know. So, but there's still like an expectation, even if you know that at some point it's going to break your heart.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the voice acting wasn't bad for that, but it's just like those writers, though. What do you?
I know.
Yeah.
It's
I think that's who I really just want to fight is the writers.
Really
it's what's interesting is this feels like what I feel like now with a lot of like the lore heavy IP, where it's like very in depth and like say like The Witcher or Halo or Wheel of Time, where like there's a lot to live up to, but there's a lot of content that you can follow, and some of these companies just come out with stuff that's like, what, you had all this material. What are you producing? Like the new Halo show is just like, did anyone play Halo? Like did none of these people played Halo? Wow. Like even The Witcher, like The Witcher was good. Let's be. I'm not hating on it, but like it's a lot less monster killing, than I think I would have expected.
More heavier. Yeah,
just a little bit heavier on that, because that's like at least part of I mean, you have to like appease to like the video game people and the book people. So the books are a little bit more story. The video games are very monster killing. Yeah. So you got to find that balance. that balance. But they really go with more of like the lore of the books than let's make it hacky slashy entertaining with like blue blood and all kinds of weird stuff,
like a CW Game of Thrones almost. That's actually
it's
it's not a bad totally
bad,
too, like just like the color of it and like the shading,
palette.
It's the palette, it's like The Witcher is like very Game of Thrones feeling without like the creepy incest,
without
problems, but The Witcher kind of feels like it wanted to it took some beats from that. Yeah. And I only played the video games. I'd never read the books, but we started the second season and we still haven't finished it. We kind of just wandered off. Which is
good.
A shame. Hey, I would like to finish it. To finish it, but I was a huge Witcher 3 fan. Like I love that game. I love that story. I love Geralt. I love Yennefer. I love all those characters, but the show was just kind of like, I don't know. It wasn't like you said, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't something that I was like, I must go binge watch this right now and finish it. It wasn't one of those. Yeah.
That makes sense. And like for me, it was like, okay, I'll watch the next episode because I read the books. But a person who hasn't read the books or played the game is just like, nothing really is drawing me to the next episode. So
yeah, my fiance read the books, and she was the first one to be like, I'm not really feeling season 2. I'm like, okay.
It's just so disappointing when that happens, when there's so much
a habit
of
the
love
industry
of
now
the lore,
to do that.
Just to not.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of disappointments,
then?
So
That's
shall we? Shall we roll into the wish plant?
To the Ewoks.
Let me take us through the uber detailed plot of The Wish Plant, Season 2, Episode 1B. Despite displaying how terrible Nisa is at keeping plants alive, she is entrusted with a special plant given to her by the Leaf Queen, ruler of the fall season, who magically appears in front of her after she cries over the death of her last flower. Nisa doubts herself, but the queen encourages her to give the plant lots of love, and she will do fine, then disappears, intending to return in 3 days. Wicket, Teebo, and Latara all tease Nisa as she treats her potted plant as if it were a newborn baby child. She has swaddled it inside a cradle on wheels attached to Bega. When Wicket teases her, Bega becomes spooked, running off wildly with baby plant and Nisa in tow, and finally comes crashing down into a muddy puddle. When Nisa makes a wish about wanting to be clean, one of the buds on her special plant blooms, producing a brush. When she takes it, the flower withers. Teebo quickly identifies her potted baby as a wish plant. Latara is jealous, and later that day she steals the plant. Her wish for something to make her beautiful is foiled when the plant produces an ugly mask instead. The plant is visibly afraid when she threatens it and ends up giving her all the jewelry she wants. Next, Wicket steals the plant and wishes for things to make him a warrior. By this time, the plant is visibly wilting and there are very few buds left on it to bloom. Tebow then steals the plant from Wicket, but before he can wish for anything, it's stolen again by Latara, and a huge game of steal the bacon ensues. Nyssa is furious when she discovers how wilted her plant has become, when suddenly the Leaf Queen reappears early to inquire about the well-being of the plant and is not happy it's not doing well. She promises to return in a day and expects the plant to be doing well. Trying to fix the situation, Wicket, Tebow, and Latara all try their hand at reviving the plant, but fail, especially Tebow, whose magic dust accidentally gives Latara a leaf beard. When the Leaf Queen finally appears again, Nyssa is saddened that she couldn't keep the wish plant healthy and tearfully admits she loves the flower. Her tears fall onto the plant and surrounding soil. She admits to the Queen that she loved it and did try her best to take care of it, admitting the plant died. Stunned, the Leaf Queen enters her hut to inspect the plant and is surprised to find it doing well and very healthy. All the plant needed was a little love, and the Queen tells her she will do just fine taking care of soul trees. Before disappearing with the Leaf Queen, the flower produces seeds just for Nyssa to plant. Once gone, of course the group begins to argue over who should Nyssa share the seeds with. Nyssa peers at the camera with a silly-looking shrug. Roll credits.
Well, once
I have
again,
so many problems with this plot.
But I gotta say, bravo, Steve, for making it sound like a cohesive story. There, that was.
I really tried. This
good.
one was tough.
I just don't. Okay, so like the Leaf Queen appears to not be a thing that they're aware of, but she just shows up, and all the kids are like, "Of course." the autumn witch
like,
is here.
What up?
Like they don't care
What
at
up,
all.
Leaf Queen?
They're totally fine,
Right.
completely unfazed by the Leaf Queen.
Like, first of all, this poor little keeper of the plant has the worst friends ever. That's number one.
Well, yes,
that's like,
true.
That's the absolute worst. So, like, I don't even know what lesson kids are supposed to even take away from this episode, other than your shitty friends are going to let you take the blame for stuff that they did. Like, because they're like, it wasn't even her fault that the plant died.
No.
All her friends jacked the plant,
did it.
like wished on it and killed it.
Yeah.
And then apparently love is crying on something.
Yeah.
Like, what is the message that we are sending to children?
Not,
that if you love something, cry on it?
Not positive.
Like, I don't.
It'll make it better. I just realized too, you saying that I left out when she appears and she's like, "Oh, how's it doing? I'm just checking in."
Yeah,
she threatens to turn him into a pile of leaves.
That's right.
So it's
she
like,
does.
Friends are like, "Oh my God, please don't do that. Not it's our fault. Your plant's dead. Like, don't hurt our friend that's taking the blame for everything."
She's even like, "I don't want to be a pile of leaves."
What is this episode?
Terrible.
I will say on a positive note, which is few and far between, so I got to take where they get. I actually kind of liked the character design of the Leaf Queen. Mm-hmm. It was like her face was very simple, and something about that made it a little eerie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She wasn't. It was like there was an abstract layer to the design that made it seem a little like ethereal and like otherworldly, and I kind of appreciated that.
Yeah.
There you go. Look, one nice thing. There we go.
We did it. We did it.
Good job.
We did it. But yes, I mean, I think Crystal, your point is absolutely true about like what is the lesson? Because this was a thing in season 1. One of the things we'd look for here is like, what's that moment? Like, Timmy, you really gotta. And here there's nothing. It's just kind of like everybody was wrong. Everybody is rewarded. Bye.
And we'll see ya. Yep. Have fun with those magic seeds that I didn't tell you what they'll do.
Right.
So who knows?
Yeah, that's a really crucial piece of information that the Leaf Queen chose to withhold from Nyssa. Like how?
And who wished for them? Did she wish? I guess Nyssa wished for them, so then they appeared, or was it like a gift from the plant?
I think she wanted the hair. She wanted the hairbrush, fur brush. I'm not sure, but she wanted the brush, and so that sort of like it got the ball rolling. It
was like a bone fur brush too.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a villain of the week story. It was more. I don't know.
That's true.
In the Crystal Cloak last time, they're like going off on this adventure, and they've got to like get this piece of crystal from this crazy monster, and this one is a lot more just it all just takes place in the cabin.
Their own
basically,
internal,
it's just their own thing.
Yeah.
So if you think of the episodes as like a whole, maybe that's kind of interesting that, episode 1A is like an outside adventure and this is more of a smaller scale story. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but if it is, I think structurally that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. So are we going to do, or do we
No, you're not having it, Crystal. I'm trying so hard.
I'm just sitting here like proof positive, man. Yeah. Like good writing can't get money, but this crap right here, how much you pay these people? I'm mad about it.
A lot. Probably a lot. They probably did well. Yeah. They're probably still cashing the checks. As soon as it went on Disney Plus, they probably got the residuals.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
cha-ching. Maybe they're paid in leaves, though. We don't know.
I hope so.
For sure. All right, let's do our Oak of Arc moment. I know it's hard to pick, but Oak of Arc is the Ewok saying for like, darn it. So what was the moment in this show that was really like, this is too much. This is stupid. I hate this. What was that moment for you, Crystal?
When she cried on the plant.
Cried on the plant. Okay.
When she cried, when she cried. And I think, you know what I think it is too? Because like, hilariously, like I've just got done reading like some really good books with like really nice love themes or whatever, and like me and my wife are on this like hilarious like I love kick. So like me watching that and just thinking about kids and the message, it was just like that was the moment that I was just like, what a stupid message. I just remember thinking that like if you love something, be sad and cry on it. That's how you wanted her to love this plant. It wasn't her just like attempting wholeheartedly to take care of it. She had to cry. I was just like, you know what? I hate you and you're stupid. I'm mad. I'm messaging Nick right now.
And she only did that because she messed up too.
Right.
Like it wasn't a continuous love. It was just like I'm so sorry. I messed up. That's not like loving something that's missing.
I mean, like
something,
kind of her fault,
right?
but her friends are not helping. Like everybody's jacking this plant, and like
like destroyed it,
destroying it. Like I'd be so mad at my friends. I'm ratting you. I'm snitching all of you guys out when the Leaf Queen comes back.
I think that makes
I'm
good.
not getting turned into a pile of leaves.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense.
Right.
What about you, Steve? What's your Oak of Arc moment?
My Oak of Arc moment is that no one was turned into a pile of leaves. No, that's not it. No,
Actually,
it was,
you know what? It's sort of that thing, right? It's like Chekhov's gun. If you introduce a gun, by the end of the show, it's got to be fired. Same thing. You introduce the threat of somebody turning into leaves. If nobody turns into leaves, what was it all for?
I thought that was pretty harmless, so I thought, it would have been really fun if, like, one of them did get turned into leaves, and then at the end they were like, oh, okay, and then they, like, turned it back. But no, mine I think was, like, here was a good opportunity for, like, a moral lesson, and they just missed it. And I was like, what? Like, they totally said, like, it's been so, I mean, Crystal, we've done that before, like, brought up, like, there's a clear moral message in this, like, don't do this, or act like this, or, I mean, even the love would have been a good lesson in this, like, be, tender and loving towards something.
Be like the theme that they were trying to go for with the Leaf Queen appearing and be like, no, you just gotta love it, you gotta love it.
And they were so selfish.
Said it like
Yeah, and so it was just like, it didn't come around and like complete the circle of like, you see, we intended for this story to happen. It just kind of was like, ended way off. And like, I don't know.
And then it's like everything's
like, I'm just going to look into the camera like,
there's really no like consequences. And then she can just like make her own.
Consequences.
And as it was starting, I was like, is this the Giving Tree? Is this like Shel Silverstein that we're doing right now? Because it's the same, it's the same kind of premise.
It's kind of same concept. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that makes sense.
What about you, Nick?
Mine's kind of out of left field.
This is three nice things in one bad thing,
I guess.
Right? Okay.
Because we haven't even talked about him, but I find the new Wicket voice. What is it? Is it Denny Delk? Yeah, Denny Delk. I found Wicket to be just like super annoying in this, and so that was it for me. I just don't like his whole vibe. I don't like it at all. So yeah. But Steve, you already name dropped it. So I think in the spirit of Three Nice Things, because this is certainly suitable for the level of bad that the Three Nice Things movies are, let's all say three nice things about it.
Three nice things.
I'm going to go first because it was my idea.
Okay.
The little bee thing that shoots a suction cup arrow out of its butt. Nice. I liked it.
That thing was really cool. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Crystal, you got a nice thing?
You know what? The animation took me back to old school 80s nostalgia.
Okay.
I will say that. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
It was good. It was well drawn.
Yes. It was.
Steve, what about you?
For me, it was the return of Bega. I liked Bega, even though he looks completely different.
Yeah, the little
I still was just like,
not
yes!
a goat. He's like
he was like purple last
kind
time.
Of a cow thing.
He's like a goat. He's like a bull.
Horns. Yeah.
Sheep ram thing. Goat ram sheep bull.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's what it is.
Okay, well, looking ahead for our Star Wars Day book club dropping on May the 4th. Steve and I are going to be reading Alexander Freed's novel Alphabet Squadron. So if anybody wants to read along with us, that's what we're going to be doing. And in our next episode here, we're going to be doing Ewoks Season 2, Episode 2A, Home is Where the Shrieks Are. So you know that's going to be good. You know that's going to be good.
That sounds terrible. What is
advertising?
Yeah.
Shrieks.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be scary.
Shrieks are, okay.
But I did not like the writing in this, but there's some writing that I think I probably will like, and that's Crystal's audio drama. So, Crystal, can you tell us a little bit about the audio drama?
That's a great segue. What a great segue.
Thank you.
So it was really good. Years and years and years ago. So if anybody has ever played Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, they know that back in the day when BioWare actually was like heavily involved in it, like levels 1 through 50 were like a BioWare story, and it was just really, really good. You had like the companions and the story, and it was so like Star Wars, but with BioWare, so it was just like chef's kiss. And then after level 50, everything goes to garbage, and we're not going to talk about it. But anyway, the reason I told that story is because like I was just so like enthralled and like in love with the universe that I tweeted out one day, I should write a fan fiction. And the Star Wars account responded back, yes, you should.
Really?
I swear to God, that's exactly how it happened.
Go.
I just tweeted one day, I should write a fan fiction. And they were like, yes, you should. So I was like, yes, I did. And this thing vomited itself out of me. So it's literally novel length. It's like 190 PDF pages. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Okay.
I wrote that back in like 2012. It's been years and years and years. But anyway, cut to today, and I was like, I really want to turn this into an audio drama, because I started listening to audio dramas and audio fiction, and I really kind of love how podcasts are kind of moving back into that direction, and we're getting like really creative with how we're telling fiction, right? So I was like, hell yeah, let me do that. So I just threw out a thing on Twitter. I'm like, any voice actors, wannabe voice actors out there want to jump in on this project? And I got so many nerds and geeks responses. And the talent, you guys, I can't wait for you guys to hear this, because I thought when I was giving people like voice lines to do or whatever, there'll be like, a couple of good ones, then I'll have some that'll be like, it'll be all right.
Right.
Bringing it.
All of
People
them?
were just, they were just great.
Really? That's exciting.
They were just great. They were just absolutely gracious the way they were embodying the characters or whatever. But it's basically it's original characters created by me. So Disney, if you would like to take my original characters and put them in your Star Wars universe, I am open to negotiations.
You'll take that check.
I know that it's technically fan fiction, but these are my original characters.
Yeah.
So but anyway, it's just it's the story of Larissa Dacklin, who was a Jedi. She becomes a Sith, and she ends up having to figure out how her and her family can fight against the Emperor, who is crazy in any Star Wars movie, show, game, or whatever. And then I'm a big fan of like hitting people with like one climax, then we go for another one. So like the second half of the book is all about this other enemy who is just like wants to destroy the Force completely, so then she has to deal with that. And then like she's got family drama because some of her family isn't really feeling the fact that she's a Sith. So it's dramatic. It's made for adults. It's not made for children. So if you little kids are watching Ewoks, don't listen. There's sex scenes. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So don't. It's an adult story.
Okay.
Spicy.
Spicy. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited for you guys to hear it.
That's super exciting. Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. And how many episodes?
I don't know yet because I'm still editing, but it's going to be quite a few.
Okay.
Quite a few. Yeah,
nice.
I am currently editing episode 2, which I will finish up tonight, and then I'll start editing episode 3.
Okay.
So
and are you
I can tell you the book is like 62 chapters.
62
so it's
chapters.
Gonna be So.
And are you looking at like weekly, monthly drops?
Yes. Weekly.
Okay.
So it will drop every Tuesday. Every Tuesday.
Nice.
You'll be able to, and I'm going to do a live watch party over on my Twitch for the first episode, and we might continue that, but it'll give people a chance to like hang out and talk with the cast if they want to, or we can just geek out about it. You can say like, "Oh my god, I hated it! I can't believe you thought this was good." All these voice actors suck. Like whatever. Yeah. Star Wars fans have feelings, and I
bring it on,
that.
man.
Yeah. You know.
So tell
true,
us.
Yeah.
So your Twitch channel, and tell us how we can find that and how people can find the episodes as they come out.
Oh, absolutely. So the episodes are on all the major podcast networks. Even right now, you can go and you can check out a teaser. It's a quick little teaser. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon. It's on YouTube. And you can go to crystalsimagination.com/legacy specifically for that. And then you can find me also on Twitch, Crystal's Imagination, twitch.tv/Crystal's
Exciting. Well, I can't wait to listen to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And for my final question, I just want to confirm when the Leaf Queen comes back, as will you on this episode. Is that right?
I will.
Did I get that right?
Return for the Leaf. You know what? I'm coming back. I'm
okay.
coming back because you know what? Let's just hate on some Star Wars stuff.
We can pen that in there.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna write me in.
Yeah. Maybe I'll like that episode. Maybe I'll be like, you know what? Where was this in episode 2?
Maybe they finally found their groove.
So true.
Maybe they finally found their groove.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's one of those shows that gets better as it goes on. You know?
It could.
Maybe
it's possible.
I hope for you guys it does, because you guys got to watch it. I'm out.
Yes. Okay.
After that, third time's a charm. Done. Sorry, guys.
Always good to talk to you, Crystal. Thanks again for joining us. Go find the show, Star Wars Legacy, and you can join us again here next time when we're talking Home is Where the Shrieks Are. So long, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for having
Crystal.
me.
See you, everyone. This Endorian Life was brought to you by the Radio Meanwhile Network. Other shows on the network include Previously on X-Men, 90s Music Got Me Like, and 9021 Here We Go. Share your thoughts on this and upcoming episodes by following us on Twitter or Facebook @Endorian Life, and please rate, subscribe, and share this show wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, you reversed the Facebook and Twitter, but you kept going. You kept going.
I kept going.
Good job. Yeah.
So
you know why I was going to say the Facebook, and then I tried to catch myself.
No game of Dedrick can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. Darth Treya.
Prologue. Zarin.
Fight it, Larissa. You have to. We'll go.
I tuned her out, my mind spinning. I whirled and saw Doc watching us. Perfect. Zarin couldn't allow an innocent to be harmed, especially not the man she loved. I raised my hand, closed the force around Doc's neck, and began killing him. I felt Zarin's panic.
Larissa, stop!
But I didn't. I kept force choking Doc harder, in fact. Zarin came at me, trying to use the force to push me, but I didn't budge. She used my lightsaber to give me a few warning cuts, but I didn't even feel it.
Don't!
She tried to ram the hilt of the saber into my temple to knock me out, but all it did was make me bleed a little. Do it! Do it! My vision was swimming. I backhanded her hard enough to break skin, but I kept my grip on Doc. She stumbled, but quickly regained her footing. I ripped back my cowl, showing her my face, how the taint of the dark side had infected it, my eye burning red. I stared at her with pure hatred, taunting her as I tightened my force grip around Doc's throat. He would be dead in seconds, and we both knew it.
Larissa, I can't.
Damn it, Jedi! I will burn every... Coming Tuesday, April 5th, Legacy is an audio drama based off the fan fiction novel written by sci-fi author Crystal Storm. It takes place in the Star Wars The Old Republic universe. Subscribe to Legacy wherever you get your podcasts.